The stock obviously down from its highs. Investors like what they heard. It is up overnight. What was sort of the best part of the quarter and what might still concern you around Nike?
Oh, good morning, Brian. Look, I think this was a great report from Nike. As you mentioned in your opening, there were a lot of concerns amongst investors into this report. A lot of the supply chain issues, geopolitical concerns, what impact those issues were having upon Nike. And look, I think the big, if I step back and look at this report, the big message from Nike was we're managing all these issues very, very well. So if you look at the numbers, sales growth topped expectations, particularly in North America. China's still weaker, but we're seeing a rebound there. And then probably most importantly, the margin profile of Nike continues to improve. So that shows this is becoming a more profitable company, which I think bodes very well for the future.
Yeah, I mean, and does the lack of guidance trouble you at all? Or should we be surprised, Brian, if any company was actually able to give guidance these days?
It doesn't bother me. Look, Nike's a very well-run, very prudent company. So what they did, this was the quarter ended February. So they guided through the year-end May. And then they basically said they'll give guidance for that next fiscal year when they report their fourth quarter results. And look, I think just given the backdrop, that makes a lot of sense. But they did in the Q&A section of their conference call, without officially giving guidance, what they basically did say is as they look towards that next fiscal year. So that's the year ending May of 23. They do expect kind of a return to normal growth profile. So again, not official guidance, but I think a very important comment from Nike last night.
I have no idea what a shoe is made of, Brian. I assume there's some leather, some plastic, probably some oil in there somewhere at some point in the supply chain. Can the consumer absorb what no doubt must be higher costs ahead for shoes?
Well, look, it's a great question. And as I've said to our clients, I follow a number of consumer companies. Nike's just one of them. And we look at this inflation, these inflationary pressures on the consumer. And what I've seen so far is the consumer is managing this quite well. What we haven't seen what I call demand destruction really anywhere in any significant way. So in terms of Nike, I think the company does have a lot of pricing power that basically happens on the heels of superior product innovation. What I'm basically saying is that Nike creates great products and encourages consumers to pay up for those products. So that gives them a lot of leeway, so to say, to strategically pass these costs along to their consumers.